1000 only. Every episode I kill 1000 monsters and perform 1000 skilling actions to upgrade my gear, stats and wealth. But here comes the best part. You, the viewer, will shape the future of the series. By releasing a poll after each episode, I give you the power to vote on what task I will set myself next. For a full list of the rules and restrictions, check out the description of the video. Are you ready? Let's begin! Welcome everyone, my name is Vannaka and I am very excited to introduce you all to episode 20 of 1000 only, Nieve Slayer Kills. On the previous poll I asked the question to introduce an extra element for the series, which is 1000 skilling activities. In order to pass I wanted at least 75% to vote yes, and apparently this was no problem for you guys because it passed the poll easily. So this means that from now on I will do 1000 skilling actions in each episode after we've completed the main objective. But how this is gonna work exactly will be explained later, so let's now first get into the Slayer objective. Alright, so last episode I sold my whip and fury, so I was able to afford a blowpipe. But I made enough money to buy back these items, so I did that right away. I also bought a rune crossbow with some broad bolts because this is a very nice range alternative when I'm not using a blowpipe. It's a lot cheaper and still does a lot of DPS. In addition to this crossbow, I thought it would be nice to have a nice range bonus in the shield slot as well, so I purchased all the Armadyl pages to fill my Armadyl book. As far as I know, that is all I needed to begin the Slayer grind, so let's go and do 1000 Nieve Slayer kills. So to begin with this adventure, I first had to cancel my previous task, which was to kill 45 more greater demons in the Brimhaven dungeon assigned by Konar. I want to begin this with a clean sheet, and it would be kinda weird to receive brimstone keys while doing a Nieve Slayer episode. So I got myself a new task and the assignment was to kill 70 elves. Unfortunately, I don't have access to Iorwerth's dungeons, so for me, they are not as profitable, but it's a quite easy task, so I didn't really mind to be honest. So during the task, I accidentally attacked one elf archer instead of a warrior, but he dropped a clue scroll right away, so actually that made me quite happy. Now I keep saying that I completed every single hard clue requirement, but every time there's still something I have to do that I haven't thought about, and this time it's the mini quest Into the Abyss. Now of course this is not the hardest thing to do, so it just took me a few minutes, and I also got 1000 runecrafting XP and reached level 28. I completed my clue and went back to the elves, and to be honest, these creatures are quite boring if you don't have access to the Iorwerth dungeon, but the bright side is that you don't get assigned too many at the same time, which means I get Slayer points quicker. So after that I got myself a new assignment, and this time it was cave horrors, and they are not the best for Slayer XP, but there's always this chance of receiving a black mask, and they drop a lot of herbs and seeds, so overall not bad. I got myself a couple of snapdragon seeds and later I also received a clue scroll, but unfortunately a black mask was not one of the drops this time. Just before ending the task I did increase an attack level though to level 71, only 4 more levels until I can wield god swords, that should be interesting. So after completing this task I returned to Nieve to unlock something from the reward shop. Many of you guys have been asking when I will finally go for the fire cape, and I've decided to do it this way. I will unlock the possibility of receiving a Tazar task, and when I get one, I will do the fight caves to slay Jad and receive the cape. And this way it will be a complete surprise when I get it. Alright, so after buying this perk I got an assignment of 14 black dragons, and for this I've decided to slay the King Black Dragon. I bought some required items on the Grand Exchange and then I used a burning amulet to get to the lava maze. The King Black Dragon is not a super overpowered boss, but it has quite a lot of good drops, so it's always interesting to kill it. As you can see, I tried walking under it every time I attacked, because my crossbow is slower, so this way I can make our attack speed even. It's kind of unfortunate though that we only get to kill 14, but there will be a time where I do 1000 King Black Dragons for an episode. Just not yet, because I first want to improve my levels and gear a bit more in order to do this more efficiently. Anyway, I killed 14 King Black Dragons, but I didn't get a good drop sadly. So I got a new task and this time I got Fire Giants, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like this task. The drops are not that great and they drop no clues or any superior monsters, so it's not very interesting. But during the task I leveled up my range to 82 and Slayer to 63, so that is very nice on the other hand. I completed the task and went for a new one, and this time I got 178 Bloodveld. Now this one is actually really good because they have everything I want. They have a lot of HP, they drop clues, many valuable drops, have a superior variant and regularly drop dark totem pieces to kill Skotizo. And yep, during the task I received a couple of clues, rune items and also leveled up my attack to 72. And with 38 blood veil to go, I received my last dark totem piece, which now means I have access to killing Skotizo one time. However, I have decided to only kill Skotizo when I'm on a demon task, so that will have to wait for a while. And by the way, I also got some ancient shards, which are very useful because with 3 in total I can upgrade my Dark Light into an Arc Light, which is very strong against demonic creatures. So I did a few more kills and got 64 Slayer, and that means one more level until we can kill Dust Devils. Alright, so the task was finished and I went for another one, and what happened here kinda sucks because I got another Fire Giant task. And I guess I could have skipped it, but that is just not how I want this to go. I just have to accept whatever task I get and complete it because it wouldn't be fair otherwise. But anyway, I completed the task quickly and moved on to the next one. And guess what? I had to return to the Bloodveld again. So that is Fire Giants, Bloodveld, Fire Giants and Bloodveld again. Wow. So I guess for the episode it is quite boring that way, but at least the Bloodveld are actually very good monsters to kill. So once again during this task I received some clues and of course I was able to do them all. And I also got some more alkables and reached a new attack level to 73. Then I got another totem piece, an ancient shard and a slayer level to 65, and that means we've now unlocked Dust Devils, hooray! And finally, after killing so many monsters on slayer tasks, I received my first superior monster, a superior Bloodveld. I literally unlocked this perk in the second slayer episode and I didn't get a single superior foe until now. Now the good thing is that these monsters always drop a totem piece in the Catacombs of Korant, but other than that I didn't get anything special. But the Slayer XP is nice, and of course I'm just happy that I got a superior in the first place. So I finally completed the task and went for a new one. And trust me guys, I really would have wanted this to go down a different way, but we got Fire Giants again. And it is also the last task of this episode, so we will simply have to deal with it. Now, while I was doing this task, I decided to AFK a bit and watch the series Sword Art Online, and I really enjoyed it. Now, I don't really know if you need that information, but I just felt like sharing it. It's a very fun series to watch. But anyway, I kept killing them until I had 59 Fire Giants left, which gives us exactly 1000 Nieve Slayer kills in total. So that means we're done now guys, let's go to the GE and price check our loot. So price check number 1 is full of money, bones, and sold heads, herbs, and seeds, and gives us a total value of about 470k. In the second price check we got some remaining seeds with runes, arrows, and armor, and this is worth a whopping 900k, but that is mostly because of the blood runes, which are worth a lot. Third price check, more armor and also skilling supplies with a total value of 286k. And then the fourth price check, which is a mini price check with the remaining items worth 86k. So now that I've shown you all the loot, let's sell everything and see how much money we can make. We made a total of 1.7 mil, which is not very spectacular, but I'm okay with it. And we're not done yet, of course, because I still have some hard clue caskets in the bank. So let's open those and see if we can get anything good. After selling all the rewards, we got another 900k, which gives us a total of 2.6 mil. According to the collection log, we got now 12 out of 158 hard clue uniques, which is 2 more than in the last episode. It's a lot of fun to keep track of this list, I must say. But let's now get into the 1000 skilling actions. Alright, so now that we've completed our main task, it is time to explain how the additional tasks work. Since this is the first time, I will tell you everything I have in mind for these so-called 1000 skilling actions, which is new. The reason why I've introduced this extra idea is to make a bit more progress every week in a way that makes sense for the series, and this way I can slowly make progress towards certain quest or achievement diary requirements. So last week when I pulled all this, I saw a very good idea from a viewer who suggested that Tears of Gothic should decide which skill we focus on in every episode. The reason why I think this is a perfect idea is because Tears of Gothic gives XP in the lowest skill, so that means that I will always be focusing on the skill that needs it the most. So the idea is to end every episode with Tears of Gothics to see which skill we can focus on in the next episode. So you, the viewer, can share your ideas in the comments of what skilling action we should do 1000 times for that particular skill. Now, I have played Tears of Gothics one time on this account, and that was in episode 18 when we did the quest episode, and that time I got XP in runecrafting because obviously runecrafting is my lowest level skill. So for this first episode I'm gonna go and do 1000 runecrafting skilling actions, and it's gonna be making 1000 air tiaras. This is a bit more expensive than making 1000 regular runes, but it will also give me more XP, and since we're limited to doing 1000 things, I was like, let's do something that gives me a bit more experience. So I bought 1000 air talismans, tiaras and a bunch of skill necklaces for quick teleports to the air altar and started training the skill. It's a pretty tedious thing to do because it requires a lot of clicking, but it wasn't very hard either. An idea for a future episode I have in mind is to do 1000 Oriana altar runs, but then of course as a main episode, not as a skilling task. Doing that will give us loads of runecrafting experience and prepare us for high level quests and achievement diaries, but before I can actually do that, I want to have completed lunar diplomacy so I can use the teleport to this altar. Alright, so it took about 2 hours to make 1000 tiaras, and this got me to level 39 runecrafting. The air tiaras are not worth anything, so yep, I didn't make my money back, but that is okay for this episode. I mean, maybe I will make some profit in the next one, who knows. So after I completed the task, I went to Tears of Gothics to decide what skill I'm going to be focusing on in episode 21, and this turned out to be Hunter. And this means that for the next episode, you may share your suggestions in the comments. Now, what Hunter skilling action should I do 1000 times? Let me know. Alright, so now that both the kills and the skills are done for this episode, let's take a look at the levels we have increased. We have trained our attack to 73, range to 82, runecrafting to 39, hit points to 79, slayer to 65, and hunter to 38. And we've also increased our combat level to 92, not bad. And now it's time for the next poll. I have to say though that next week is Christmas time and I'm going to spend a lot of time with my girlfriend and family for of course as far as possible due to COVID, but this probably means that I simply don't have enough time to upload another video next Friday, but I will do my best to release it as soon as possible. So what should we do in episode 21? This time you may vote for 1000 dust devils in the Korand catacombs, and I will be using ancient magics, 1000 aberrant specters in the Slayer Tower and I will be using a whip, or 1000 worms in the Mount Karum dungeon and I will be using a blowpipe. If we choose to kill dust devils, we will focus on our magic skill, which is useful in many future situations, for example in barrows or when we're going to go for lunar magics. It will be expensive because we're going to go and use burst spells, but it will result in a lot of kills per hour. If we choose to kill aberrant specters, we will focus more on melee training and we don't have to invest a lot of money in expensive magic or range supplies, which will turn into a lot of profit. Aberrant specters also drop heart glue scrolls and our herb sack and seed box come in very handy. And if we choose to kill worms, we will make a lot of money and have a very small chance to obtain the dragon harpoon. Now the episode will take a bit longer to make though, and because of the expensive blowpipe supplies, the total profit will come out a bit lower. Now if you want to vote, then this is very easy to do. Simply click on the link in the description or in the comments and choose your favorite option. It takes like 10 seconds. And if you do vote, then please also consider subscribing to the channel so you won't miss the next video. Alright then guys, that is all for today. Don't forget to leave your suggestion for 1000 hunter skilling actions in the comments down below. And thank you all very much for watching. Happy Christmas and until next time, bye bye.